Hello and welcome to K-Stop Fuses K-Pop Podcast. Hello everybody, this is Jeff Benjamin, and as always I am joined by the Taeyeon to my Tiffany.
Woo!
Tina Zoo.
Welcome back to K-Stop.
Welcome back.
It
Hello,
is a
everybody.
gorgeous day in New York.
It is. It is.
Like 70-something degrees.
It is. I'm in a t-shirt right now. I'm feeling
Yeah.
good.
Weather came out of nowhere. We're loving it.
It really did. Yes.
Everyone's in a really great mood. We're really excited to talk about these new releases
Mm-hmm.
and see what comments we have.
Yes. So thank you guys as always for your comments. As you know, K-Stop loves. You guys are our co-hosts as well. We love seeing what you guys have to say about K-Stop. You can always hit us up, hashtag K-Stop on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at Jeff__Benjamin.
And I am at hey_Tina with 3 A's.
Yes, yes. So let's check out some of these comments right now. You guys, well, first off, you guys are still, we're glad. You're glad that we're back after we had a week off 2 weeks ago. And then shout out to Amy, who is at, I'm just going to spell out the Twitter name because I'm not trying to pronounce it, TUKTUUJAATUQ.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's Tuk Tu Jar Tuk. Maybe. I apologize if that was totally off. But I saw the 3 things. But she wrote, I didn't realize how much I heart hashtag K-Stop until I found out there was no podcast last week.
Aww.
Welcome back, Tina and Jeff.
Thanks,
Aw,
girl.
Thank you.
We're glad to be back.
We are glad to
Back
be
in the swing of things.
back. Exactly. And then shout out to this person goes by S on Twitter, but their hashtag or their handle is at Hey what HAYEWHAT, who wrote catching up on hashtag K-Stop, and I relate to both Tina and Jeff's views on Coloring Book. Oh My Girl is wonderful, but this release feels like a step back. I don't remember if I said it was maybe I did say it was a step back, but I have to say I was even listening to it this morning. I was of course running late and running down the street, and they were playing through my headphones, just these little girls screaming at me, and I loved it. I still love it. So
Yeah, I think Jeff was mostly very on board with that release.
Yes,
whereas
I
I
was
was the opposite. So
yes,
thank you for that support.
Yes, and yeah, and then last but not least, we of course have you guys voting on. Well, let's see how the viewers how you guys thought of last week's releases. Like we said, we talked about. Oh wait, sorry. There's one more. Well, last week we talked about Oh My Girls Coloring Book, Girls Day, I'll Be Yours, and Winners Really Really and Fool. And there was a comment about both of these, actually. So, Vancity K-Pop at Rachel_Gray31, RACHEL_GRAY31, wrote, I love both Winners releases, but Fool, both visually and sonically, draws me in and at once soothes and excites me.
Okay,
So I thought that
I can get behind that.
yeah, I thought that was an interesting comment too.
It is
And
visually intriguing and striking for sure.
And then we also had a comment about Girls' Day. Thank you guys so much for literally responding to every release last week. We got this from Daniel Van Woeren, who is at Yellervan, YELLERVAN, who wrote hashtag K-Stop, really enjoying the new Girls' Day album. Barely listened to them before this, though I have always loved Mina's voice. And Tina, you also listened to the album too, or you listened to the Thirsty.
To a couple tracks. I liked Thirsty a
Yeah,
lot.
I knew you would.
It wasn't. I thought it was gonna be like a club banger or something. It really wasn't. It was
like a sensual
it was
banger.
like sexier, and I like that. Yeah, it wasn't like over the top. Like I love that CLC Hobgoblin song, but I have to be in a certain mood for that because it's like super aggressive.
It is.
So it wasn't anything like that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, if you love Mina's voice, I really liked her solo comeback or solo release debut, whatever it was. I am not a woman, or no, I am a woman. I am a woman too. Why would it be called I am not a woman? I am not a woman.
We're like, what is it? What? Okay.
It's called I Am a Woman Too. And it was a very good track. You know, it kind of takes a minute to grow on you. But yeah, no, there's so many good, like, Girls' Day like album cuts. I was going through like a Girls' Day moment. I suggest everyone listens to Whistle or there's this really fun song they have called Whistle. They have some other. I gotta look at my recently played because I was literally listening to them went on a kick the other day. Hello Bubble is really good.
What the other day?
I was on a Girls' Day kick.
Oh.
Like just going through random tracks and just loving it all. I Don't Mind is really good. Easy Go is really good. Timing is really good. Yeah.
Okay.
So I highly suggest all those tracks.
This new mini album at least has impressed me for sure.
Yes. And then, but in the end though, winner ended up taking our number 1 spot.
Yay!
Horrible transition. But they won last week's voting battle with 62.5% of the votes for Really Really and Fool. Girls' Day got second place with 25%, and Oh My Girl came in third with 12.5%. So pretty good showing from everybody.
I was listening to
Coloring
Really
Book.
Really.
Oh.
So listening to Really Really on my way to work
Hey.
because it's so breezy and
It is
fun,
breezy.
and
It
today
is
very beautiful out. So it's the perfect vibe.
Love it. Love it. Well, Tina, who is first on our list today? Thank you guys so much for all the comments. And let's get into it because we're excited.
Mm-hmm. I guess to continue the breezy, perky vibe, let's go into Day6's release.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where this was going. Okay, yes. Day6. Here they are.
With their April every Day6 release.
Yeah.
And as you all know already, or if you don't, every month they receive release a singles album, and each one contains 2 new tracks.
Yeah.
So, for April they released what is this? I can't remember the second song.
Say Wow.
Say Wow. Okay, and now I can't remember the first song.
Oh, the first one is called I'm Serious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Sorry, I'm kind of sick, y'all, as you can tell. A little bit lightheaded. So I'm Serious is the lead single, and it is a very different sound, very different message. I feel like Day6 is generally known for more kind of melancholy breakup songs, really tugging on your heartstrings. And this time they came out with something totally ready for spring, going into summer.
Yeah.
It is super, super like breezy and perky. And it's about being totally infatuated with someone. And when I listened to this, I wasn't sure how I felt about it.
Oh.
I thought it was a good song, but I think I just wasn't sure if I could embrace happy Day6.
Okay.
Not that I don't want them to be happy.
Right.
I just like that they are that band who like gets you in your heartache, and they get you. And then
for sure.
For them to, I like that they're experimenting.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, like, are they going to leave behind?
Where are my emo boys?
Yeah. But the more I listen to it, the more I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue that this is probably Day6's like catchiest, hookiest like song to date, you know, because it even has that like sort of like hook, that repetitive sort of thing that's going around. And like, I don't know, to me, I thought it was like a really interesting move for them because now, okay, so here's what the fourth one. And I was, curious where these things would be going. But this feels, I guess kind of for like, you know, it feels the most K-pop in the sense that like it's like I could see an early CN Blue releasing something like this, or like or just like, you know, another group releasing something very similar to this, you know.
It's the most mainstream sounding one, I would say.
For sure.
Like more accessible for the most part.
And you know, I kind of wonder because I think it was with the last comeback that Day6 started going on music programs, right? Like,
oh right,
I think it was with the last one. I could be wrong, but I saw they started going on that and maybe, you know, maybe they got a good response. Maybe they're seeing people respond to them. So maybe they were kind of like, okay, well, let's like give them something, you know, a little more mainstream this time or whatever. And like, maybe let's see what the results could be. So I was wondering, you know, I know it doesn't seem like Day6 is so business minded in the way that K-pop typically is, but you know, maybe they were just trying to like kind of gauge the public's, you know, responses this time and see something like that.
This does sound a little CM Blue-esque in certain respects.
Or like, yeah, I could see this like being someone's comeback like after a year or something and being like, okay.
Yeah. And no, I think it's I think it really again shows that they're not gonna always be in their, you know, comfort zone, that their bubble. But of course, if they wanted to go back to that, they always could. It's like, let's be honest, they're not gonna every single month release something like "You Are Beautiful," which is still probably my favorite so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this is like the perfect track for like a road trip or a day at the beach. Which, speaking of beach, that's what they were doing in this music video. What do you think of how they stepped away from the stage and like the traditional performance setup of a band and actually had, I guess, roles in a music video, and we're doing different things in a music video?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that I was actually kind of curious because if I remember correctly, it might have been the last video that was not so, it was more like scene-y, right? Or like more
right. I think we both chose to skip over that for the podcast.
Oh, right. We didn't talk about it on the podcast.
We didn't talk about it on the podcast.
But like, Day6 was doing more of like the, you know, it was more like they were in just some room and there was more like the visuals, things like pointing, you know. But this one, and I was kind of wondering, I was like, okay, is this sort of going to be like the Six project or the everyday project? Like it's going to kind of be like, you know, more simplistic videos, more about like, you know, making a room look interesting, them as a band. But here they really they went outside, they went in a car, they had cool like random little props and things like that. And so and I was kind of pleasantly surprised.
More of a it looks like there's more of a budget for this video,
100%.
or at least they just made it seem like that at least.
Yeah, they did.
And obviously they showed a bit more of their personality. I thought the styling was great. Iffy on Jay's jacket.
The one
that had like 5,000 colors.
Right.
Like it was basically like a painting. It looked like a watercolor painting, but in jacket form.
It kind of did.
Or like he dipped it in something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree with that.
But for some reason, I thought he maybe pulled it off.
I think he did. I mean, it didn't. It wasn't like gross to me. I thought Jay really kind of shined in this song and video. You know, like I just felt I always felt like my eyes were going back to him.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I thought he sounded really good. Like I was hearing more of his voice than ever. I felt like this time, and so that was really cool. I thought, I feel like this was like his release. And
I thought he sold it. I feel like he just has a knack of like coming off as really sincere and genuine in I guess the videos. I thought Young K looked really good. I liked that his hair was like still like different, but you know, not too different. I like him with light hair, but I also like him with dark hair, so I can never decide how I feel about it.
Tina likes it both ways. And he sounded odd. I think he kind of led the chorus, right? He was kind of like, and I thought he sounded, especially at the end, I thought he sounded really good. I loved oh my god, why is his name escaping me? His choker. There was a lot of choker moments. I loved all the chokers.
Is it the youngest one?
Yeah, I think so. He's like really cute looking.
It starts with a D. It's like
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes. But I thought I loved they were like, I don't know, like, some of the fashion wasn't incredible, but it was also just, I don't know, a lot of cute moments, a lot of like things that like I was like, oh, I really like that. And I think, you know, kind of like once again it all felt like they were a little more stylish, a little more, you know, poppy, a little more colorful. It was a little more K-pop overall, but I don't I didn't like read it as a bad thing,
No,
you know.
no, not at all. I think they executed it well.
Yeah. And we know they can do the emo stuff, you
Yeah.
know. There will be more to be seen from that. I think it was a nice kind of refresh.
And it's great to see them having fun together.
Yes, that was cute.
The scenes on the beach were adorable. I really liked the moment where they had that little tin man with the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was Sunjin who was playing his guitar next to
Right.
I thought that was
I
so
loved
cute.
that. Yes.
The little moments like that like really brought me some happiness.
Yes.
This videos bring me so much joy.
No, I loved it.
And I like that they were kind of like belting it, but it wasn't chanty. It wasn't a chanty song at all. It was just like a lot of feeling that they were throwing into the song.
No, exactly. And like my
emotion.
My only kind of critique with it is that I didn't like the kind of doo-wop-y section where like it kind of, I don't know, all those times with those, you know what I'm talking about? Like where it kind of went like wop, bop, doo-wop, doo-wop. Like, do you know that whole thing? Like I hate those. Like
wait, was it toward the bridge or what?
It always sounds a little it was on the bridge, yeah. And like those things always just feel like very cheesy in like songs, and especially when they like don't really fit in the feel altogether. And I just wasn't feeling that. But that's my biggest critique.
Okay.
But yeah.
I think I like overall like this song. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we should start doing ranking. We should start doing critiques, like number critiques. Give them grades. C+, solid C+.
C+?
Well, that's what a 7 out of 10 is. Not really, actually.
But C+ is like, if you like, the connotation is like
I
not
know.
good.
B, solid B.
Yeah, a B is good.
Maybe a B+.
Because if you think about it, if you like thought the whole thing was just fine,
yeah,
just
it would be a
totally
5.
mediocre, it'd be a 5. But then everything below a 6 would technically be the same grade.
You're right. There'd be a failure. Okay, maybe we need to rethink this ranking system. Okay, so apologies, but of course, let us know your ranking of Day 6 because we'd be very curious now. And how does it compare to the other Day 6 releases? Who is next on our list, Gina?
Well, we've been getting a lot of comments
about
Miss Taeyeon,
so
we must talk about her.
We do.
She
shout out to Andre Drew real quick at VR Troopers 13, who wrote, "Please review Taeyeon's Make Me Love You, one of the best SM comebacks like ever. #KStop.
Like ever.
And then he really wanted us to make sure that we had to review it. So we are here.
We are here
with it. Don't you worry.
And
we
both love her. So we're absolutely going to cover her. So she released a deluxe version of the album, correct? Yes. With I believe 4 new tracks?
Three.
1111 wasn't on the first album, right? Or the original release.
And I think they just threw it on here, right?
They threw it on there. So Make Me Love You is the repackaged album's lead single. And
My Voice.
Yes. I'm gonna let you give me your first thoughts on
yeah. I mean, well, you and I talked about it a little bit when it first dropped. I really
alert, we love it.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like it. I think it, it felt like what was the comparison I used? I think I said like Fine felt a little bit like maybe Taylor Swift's Red.
No, you said 1989.
Oh, right. Or Make Me Love You was like 1989.
Yeah.
But like a little more crisper, a little more, a little cleaner. And yeah, I really believe that because I think it has this very like gorgeous, epic sort of synthy, powerful feel to it, but it's still very emotional, which I think is very Taeyeon, and that's not something I typically get from Taylor Swift, her voice at least, when it comes to those kind of things, because it just is very sweeping, kind of comes in and takes over and like washes over you, and I think it's very gorgeous in that way.
Agreed. I mean, I don't know if I have too much to add to that. That was a very, very great assessment of that song.
Thank you.
yeah, it blew me away, honestly.
Yeah.
She really has a really good knack for kind of taking like an already very cinematic, epic sounding song and just
Uh-huh.
like make like taking it to the next level
Yeah.
and just really kind of like emotionally grabbing you. Um and it's nice to have her to hear her sing about wanting to love someone
Mm.
rather than um something a little bit, I guess, more sad. And I feel
Yeah.
like this is kind of a
Oh.
theme on
Uh-huh.
in this episode now.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
different sides of these artists.
different sides of
Well,
people.
yeah, and I think that's one of my notes actually is that like I feel like this is the first time, this is probably the most forceful or
Mm.
most yeah, like almost kind of challenging Taeyeon's been in like a song like this or like in a
Yeah.
single, because she's saying like I'm scared to do this. I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth. I don't know if I should take the risk, but
Mm.
make me love you. Like make me want to kiss you.
Right.
Make me, want to touch you. And like it's an interesting kind of, I thought like it's an interesting idea, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
kind of like it almost sounds a little problematic, for like a moment. If you like really think about it, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's like, or just simply the statement, make me love you. Like, but it's also really beautiful. No, I sorry, I'm going to take that back. It's not problematic. It's like, it was unexpected, I will say, from
Okay. I
her,
kind of get where you're coming from.
you know?
It's I guess I just never, yeah, I've never heard her sing about
Yeah,
this from that perspective.
exactly.
Because I feel I'm just trying to think back to her previous releases and like for like a song like Starlight, for example, it was always more. It's very innocent and
Yes,
straightforward. Whereas
exactly.
this one, it's not straightforward, but she's okay with that.
Uh-huh.
But she knows where she would like to be.
Yes, exactly.
Which
It
I think it just makes her more complex as an
Uh-huh.
artist, you know.
And it retains a sense of innocence to it.
Hmm.
She's not saying like,
Yeah.
let me bang you,
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Of course not.
let me bang you.
No.
No, she would never.
Oh
But
God.
one day
Don't
maybe.
ruin
But
this for us, Jeff.
no, but like yeah, it just it still has this like kind of sense of wonderment and like kind of
Yeah.
not really ready to toe the line, not ready to
Yeah,
dive
yeah.
in, but she's still, it's a
She's
little,
still open to the possibilities,
yeah,
right?
and she wants to go deeper is kind of like
Mm-hmm.
where it's going. So
Yeah.
you definitely see that kind of progression in her as like as an artist, as a singer.
Right.
Something that I thought was kind of interesting too is that I didn't realize this until really looking at the credits, but Taeyeon doesn't like write any of her music, which I don't think is, it's not a critique, it's not a good thing, it's
Right.
not a bad thing, it's a whatever thing. But I think it's really interesting that it still feels so personal.
If that's what, yeah.
And
No, I
that,
agree.
because I was thinking, oh, like I don't know why, I just kind of assumed she wrote her
Right.
own music, but it's not the case. But that's, once again, it's not a bad thing or a good thing, it's whatever. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess it's just a mixture of really raw and really honest lyrics
Yeah.
with, I guess also she is a good actress, I think. So in her videos, she delivers her
Yeah.
roles really well.
Right.
And K-pop is so heavily visual.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the video? Because this video is very different.
Yeah. Well, I thought the video was cool. There were a lot of really beautiful, gorgeous looks. I thought she looks like, once again, of course,
She
like,
looks so regal.
yes.
She went more like kind of, it was like fantasy avant-garde.
Yes, it's true. And like, the only critique I will say of the clothes was that there was the top with the shorts, and she had those bizarre sleeves, if you remember. Do you know what I'm talking about? She had these really long sleeves. You might not even realize they were sleeves, but they were bizarre.
Wait, are you talking about the black mini skirt?
Yes.
I love that outfit. What's wrong
with
with
the
it?
crazy sleeves.
But the top was like a beige.
No, the top was like blue, I think. Wait, yeah, maybe the top was beige, and they had those blue, bizarre blue sleeves.
Are we talking about? Is this like the very first scene where it opens and she's standing on the steps?
I think so.
It's like the least avant-garde looking outfit.
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna pull it up.
Wait,
in a
I don't
second.
remember the sleeves being weird. I love that outfit. I thought she looked
bizarre.
so gorgeous.
You might have not realized. My roommate actually pointed it out to me. He said, "Well, what's up with the sleeves?"
Oh,
And I
you're gonna
said,
ruin it for me now.
Oh boy. I mean, no, there were so many like really, really beautiful looks though, I will say.
Yeah.
Like, and just like
It was more kind of fantasy whimsical, and I thought that was
Yeah.
definitely a different approach for her.
it worked for her too. And then like,
Yeah.
I've noticed that like the stickers on the faces seem to be a trend because I mean,
yeah,
even
I don't
though-
know how I feel about that.
I mean, hers were kind of interesting because they were sort of like flower petals compared to another artist that we'll talk about later who
Yeah.
also had it on their face. But yeah, like I don't know, her I liked it mostly. It kind of looks like freckles almost.
In the context of this video, it makes more sense. She's in a
Yes.
field of flowers,
flowers,
so I'm
yes,
like, I get
yes.
it. You're like
Right.
blending in or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't find this look. Oh,
it's
well.
fine. I will peep it again.
Yes.
But-
Look out for the bizarre sleeves, everyone.
Did it ruin the look?
No, it didn't ruin. I just every time I looked at it, I was like, I can't stop seeing these sleeves.
Oh, you like can't unsee it now? Yeah. Well, maybe I
Sorry.
shouldn't see
Don't
it.
watch it. Don't find the sleeves, everyone. Keep the regality up.
Yeah,
But,
she had actually a lot of looks in that, but I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense since it is super super visual. This one in particular,
Yeah.
the decor and everything. So, yeah, they had to really come hard with the different looks.
Yeah.
Did you like the kind of tutu look, the one in the flower field?
Yeah, for what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I liked it. I think, just the colors and the feel and mood of it all, it just really worked. And I thought there were so many like, it was obviously not supposed to, I don't know, it kind of just worked well with the whole synthy, like the
Yeah.
synth, like the rushing sort of feel of it all. And
Yes,
like,
yeah.
were there other people in the video? I don't even think
No, I
so.
don't
It was
think
just
so.
her, right? And it really worked.
I think
like,
the only time where there were two people in a shot was her looking
and her,
down at
yeah.
the top, but I didn't really get that.
I
Was she
didn't
just like
either.
looking into herself and trying to
Oh, that's deep.
like trying to maybe look from the outs, like be on the outside looking in, maybe
Interesting.
be introspective. I'm not sure.
I like that. Because, yeah, actually, when I saw that, I thought I missed something. And I was
Right.
like, oh, wait a minute. What
Right.
storyline did I miss? But nope.
That's, yeah, I don't know. There's
Yeah.
definitely no storyline in this. So
Did you like the other new tracks? Did you get to check them out?
I did. I thought they were fine.
Fine. Yeah.
Nothing that really stuck out to me.
I thought Curtain Call
Curtain Call.
was similar to Make Me Love You, but I don't know. Blame on You is what it's called.
Yeah.
The other song, I don't know. I thought it was like, I once again was getting the sense that she was speaking about something
Yeah.
through, someone else's song.
Right.
Like it just felt very personal. And maybe once again, she's a good actress or she's, a good vocalist or a
Right.
good person. But I don't know. I got the sense like, oh, there's something darker, deeper
Right,
going
right,
on
right,
here.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I appreciate how well-rounded this album has become.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's true.
touching on so many various emotions and topics
Yeah.
and production styles. I think overall this is an incredible body of work for her.
Yeah. Congrats, Taeyeon.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was trying to think like which between Fine and Make Me Love You if I had a preference, but I mean obviously they're different, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think Fine. I think it's fine for me personally, but Make
No
Me
pun
Love You is.
intended.
I think it's fine. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know why. Like Make Me Love You is almost there. I don't know
Yeah.
what is missing from it for me. Like not to say that I dislike it or it's very moving, very personal right now. But yeah. I was just kind of like I don't know why. Fine is just. I felt like it like nailed it a little bit
Yeah.
better. That's just me.
I would have to agree.
Yeah. Yes.
And the music video was just perfect.
Oh, you love the music video.
I loved it.
Yeah, I watched it a couple times. Yeah, so let us know what you guys think of Taeyeon's repackaged comeback. And yes, hopefully you enjoyed it just as much as we did. Because our last one coming up, it's EXID.
Woo!
Been gone for a minute, but they're back again.
They are back.
EXID with a very different sound. Yes. They are here now with the EP is called Eclipse. The lead single is called Night Rather Than Day. And an interesting kind of comeback for them because member Solji actually isn't like partaking in the comeback. It's a little sad.
Right.
Like so, and one of their main vocalists too. But I'll just get right into it because as a result, I think they kind of were forced to experiment a little more and do something a little different with their sound. And I think it is mostly a really great song. I was a little unsure of it when I just listened to it, but then I watched the video and put it all together, and I really do like it. Yeah, I don't know.
So the song is called Night Rather Than Day.
Yes.
Yes, is the English translation. Yeah, they went with like a kind of like a very jazz influenced sound.
But like subtly jazz.
Yeah.
Like lots of times I would be
little...
like, oh, there's the saxophone.
Yeah. No, it was I loved it. Like from the first listen. I think like before EXID never really made a huge impression on me. I liked Ellie a lot just from features, but I think as a group, like what's that song? Like was it that Lie song?
Oh, L-I-E, yeah.
L-I-E, yeah. I don't know when they spell out things and when they don't spell out
I don't either. I don't know if they're EXID or EXID, but
I think it is EXID, but I don't know why you gotta spell out lie. But anyway, like that wasn't. It was fine. That didn't really like make a huge impression on me.
Right.
Either. But is this the first time they've done something jazzy like this?
Well, I mean, they've done it jazzy like this, yeah. Like I know they've had some like sort of brassier horn, like heavy
but
horn
not, like,
singles.
Kind of
not this sort of
smooth sound.
No, and like they had this really, really good song before they were like even popular. It was called. Damn it, what was it called? It's really good. It's probably one of my favorite songs by them ever. Oh, it's called Every Night. And it has like another like sort of smoother, subtly like sort of softer feel to it. But this feels like very different compared to like, anything they've done before.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think her name's Hani.
Yeah.
I thought she sounded incredible.
Yeah.
Like her voice stood out amongst all of them.
She really did. Well, and that's the thing is that, most of the time, I really like EXID's discography. And most of the time, their whole thing has been, except for this one song I was talking about, Every Night, they go really big with the chorus. Like, they have two really strong vocalists that are they sound really similar to each other. It's Solji and, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting names again. But they always kind of go with these big explosive choruses. And then this time, they kind of did something that maybe like everyone else could like kind of participate in, like Hani, who's a pretty good singer too, but even like Ellie can sing on this chorus, or at least the first part of it, sort of like more subtly staccato,
it's much more mellow.
Yeah, exactly. So I really liked that about this overall, that like they could kind of do something a little different, even though they were kind of it allowed for more members to show more of what they can do.
Right.
And I think that was like a good move.
Yeah. I like that this is something that I can listen to in the morning when I'm getting ready, and if I kind of just want to like groove a little at night, like this works for that.
Sexy Times at Night with Tina.
Sexy Times with Tina.
Oh gosh, this episode is ridiculous. I think we're both delirious, but yes, no, I agree. I really do, and I'm never like I still don't really understand the whole. I mean, maybe yes, I do. But like, if you have a member that's injured or can't work or can't, like, I never really get why they go ahead with the releases. But I guess maybe they're a company. They put this into the schedule.
Right.
They have time allotted for this. Blah blah blah. I get it, but I don't
Yeah.
get it. But you know, if you're going to have a member literally sitting out of everything, you know, this is how you do it. You let the others shine in different ways rather than trying to do what you've always done and then just try to make up, you know, the missing piece or
Right, try to
whatever.
compensate for
So
it.
I thought it was really good that they kind of did that. So
What
yeah.
did you think of the Metro card?
Oh gosh, I was having
abomination?
anxiety.
Anxiety,
I was like,
yes.
don't cut
That
up
was
that
my
much.
only issue. I was like, how dare you cut up those Metro cards? Those things are expensive. Do you know
Yes.
how much we pay for a monthly pass of those things?
For those who don't know, when they're cutting up those tickets, the Metro cards, that's like the New York public transportation like card. You use that for
Yeah.
trains, buses.
That's what you swipe to get onto the train.
Yes,
and the bus.
exactly. So we were watching that, being like, no.
I
mean,
love that they like dyed it like
yeah,
pink or
they're not
red,
pink, but
so
yeah,
to fit the palette.
it was
of the
really cute.
video.
But they had the right logo and everything. It was
Yeah,
really good.
yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I thought the overall look of the video was really like captivating. Like I don't really see a
Captivating.
lot of like purplish, pinkish
Right.
sets.
Sure.
And it was like kind of twinkly, but
Yeah.
also they went a little retro with like the tube
Yeah.
socks. And then
Mhm.
I also am a fan of like girls wearing oversized things too. So they had the oversized
Oh.
like sports jackets,
Right.
blazers. So they kind of like, it sounds like a mess the way I'm describing it, because it's like it sounds like it's like a little bit of everything, but
Right.
they made it work. Like each girl had a different color,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
so it wasn't. It looked. It was fairly like put together.
Yeah. I don't know how I felt about that look. I think I don't know how I feel. Mostly liked the looks. There was very hit or miss. I loved some of them. Like I loved oh my gosh, why am I forgetting everyone's name today? I'll look it up in just a
I only
second.
know two girls.
I think it's
names.
I think it's Junghwa who had like the stickers on her face and she was
the
blonde.
short-haired girl?
Oh no, I didn't like her look as much. I did, but I did
Just
like.
kidding.
I did like
The blonde girl with the
yeah,
wine.
I think yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
exactly.
like that look too. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I was like, oh my gosh, she's my spirit.
She really is.
Chill in the bathtub drinking
Yeah.
wine.
Oh, that's Hyrin with the short hair,
Oh,
who
okay,
has
okay.
a really great voice, and Junghwa, who has a good voice too. And she had yeah, she was channeling Tina with her wine and in the bathtub.
I was like, yeah,
Channeling Jeff too.
of course.
I was
of
just telling
course.
Tina how I was like, yeah, I went to this event last night, only gonna get one drink, one glass of wine, and
And before you
know it,
Jeff was passed out.
passed out in the back of an Uber going home. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Anyway,
quality choices as adults.
I'm just kidding, yes, but yeah, no, I thought I really. Yeah, there were some I really, really liked. I really liked the colors. I thought Hani looked beautiful. You know, a lot of them looked
There's a
really
lot
beautiful.
of neon lights.
Yes, and then like I didn't love those like matching jacket things, but whatever that was. But other than that, you know, I really do. I don't know. They always. I really do. I know you're like, you know, you're kind of like iffy about them, but I really do think that they like always bring something really cool and different, and I always really enjoy their releases. I'm excited to get into the EP.
Yeah.
Their album last year was one of the best, like, you know, just not just girl group album, but like a K-pop album in general. It's just they always just have something quirky to show, and once again you know, it's not like the big crazy, you know, comeback I thought I was going to
Right.
expect from them, which actually kind of made me not as excited to listen to this. But then I actually did see the teaser and I heard something a little more subtle, and I was like, okay, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Maybe it'll
Right.
be. But no, I thought it was really well done and cool
Yay.
overall.
Yeah.
And now you're an EXID stan, EXID stan.
Totally a stan now.
Yes. So then, in the end, though, who gets your vote?
Oh my gosh,
This one's a
this
tough
is
one for you.
tough.
These are like three
Actually, no,
solids.
it's not that tough. It's Taeyeon.
Ah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think I would have to give it to Taeyeon too, with EXID coming close.
But, like, honestly, like you said, they're all such solid releases and, you know, incredible in their own ways.
Yeah. Well, cool. Let us know what you guys think this week. vote on Fuse.tv. Leave a comment on Fuse.tv. We see it all, and yeah, we'll let you know who wins next week. Let's get into the charts right now, where we take a look at the top 5 K-pop songs on US iTunes right now. Coming in at number 5, it's Love Is by Teen Top. Teen Top just released this, I believe. They first, I'm a Teen Top fan. I haven't gotten a chance to check this out yet specifically, but it's their first comeback with 5 members instead of 6. So glad to see, though, that the fans are still supporting them.
This is the band with that Neil guy?
With Neil, yes.
Isn't he also, don't all of his solo songs use the word love as well? Like,
wasn't he like Love Killer, Love
Yeah, now
love
this
something.
is Love Is. I was like, are they serious?
They have a
cannot
theme.
Keep track.
Oh, gosh.
And the theme is love.
All right. There was Love Killer, Love Affair.
Love, I can't.
Yeah, it's a little much.
A
right.
little aggressive.
A little aggressive. Number 4, I'm Serious by Day6.
Yay.
Hey, once again being supportive.
Hey.
Number 3, Not Today by BTS.
Still there.
Still
Holding strong.
there. No, not today. Yeah, well, I don't know what I was about to say. All right, number 2, Night Rather Than Day by EXID.
Oh, look at that.
And
Yay.
coming in at number 1 is Really. Yeah, I think second week at number 1.
Yeah.
So good job.
I'm not mad about that.
Not mad about that either. Cool. And in our last section of the week, as we always get to, we talk about a topic trending in the K-pop community. And this week, I thought this one could be kind of interesting. It's about how about sort of these new guidelines or whatever that for South Korea's military enlistment. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And it's about how, in the past, we talked about even like Top from Big Bang, who kind of pushed back his enlistment like a while, about, how celebrities and entertainers and other things like that will not be able to, push back no one, in fact, will be able to push back their enlistment, which is sort of like, this idea that I do believe that they get, what do they get? Do they get like 30 days notice?
I think it ranges like 30 to 60 or something, depending on the reasoning or...
Yeah. But right. So basically, like, any man who is born between January 1st, 1980 and December 31st, 1999 can... Oh, sorry. No, that's not what I meant to say. I'm reading the wrong thing. But yeah, basically, like, in the past, they could kind of, push back, and kind of like make it a little more convenient for the company, the group, things like that. Of course, it's, it's a very real reality of a lot of these, a lot of not only people in South Korea, but these, obviously the artists too. And, and the company's trying to, think about, okay, so we have this, if we have a boy band or we have a male soloist or whatever it might be, how do we, you obviously want them to get popular, which tends to happen, late teens, early 20s, mid 20s. And then, eventually they will have to enlist before, I believe it's age 30. And, and then, then they kind of think about it like that. So I thought if this, is enforced and it really does happen, basically the Military Manpower Administration is like kind of took over this sort of situation, and I guess they sent an official letter to a number of management companies like earlier, in the month, and then they said like, please cooperate, you need to submit, who's training with you, who's, your artists, et cetera, and
they basically, from what I understand, they control enlistment now, and you cannot postpone. So if your number comes up and on the records or whatever, you have to immediately enlist.
Oh, it is immediate. Okay.
That's what that's what the release or the news report said.
Yeah.
But again, I think this obviously has not I don't think this has been passed or officially confirmed yet.
Right.
So,
or put into like action for
put
sure.
into action.
Yeah.
So I think that, so they're basically saying celebrities, they are on equal footing as
Yes.
a regular citizen, because if a regular citizen is called into the military,
they go.
have to go. Like, you're going, unless it's like, oh, you have a disability or, you know, a number of other reasons that will actually legally allow you to not enlist at that time.
Yeah. Or you can be if you're a student and you're studying, getting like your doctorates even, or something like that. Or you know, so there are, I'm sure we'll see it. There are ways to kind of push it back. You know, they could start taking classes or something.
Right. So it seems like they are trying to at least crack down on companies giving all the information on their whether it's like trainees or basically all their, you know, employees, and this includes like singers, producers, DJs, you know, everyone,
voice actors.
yeah,
and you know, I thought there's kind of a couple like interesting, like, you know, points to kind of talk about too, is that, like, you know, depending on how this all goes, I almost wonder if we're going to start seeing the boy bands start younger, and, you know, like, we're not going to see as many, like, you know, 20-something-year-old trainee or debuts. You know, we're going to see to kind of, you know, make sure they have time, yes, exactly, to kind of to keep promoting and stuff like that. You know, more NCT Dream, which I'm totally okay with.
I don't know, man.
I'm kidding, kind of, but yeah, you know, and then, like, because the thing too is that, you know, something else I was thinking about too is that, you know, when a group enlists or whatever, like Big Bang, you know, they really made sure they like got that last album out before Top had to enlist, and then it was, you know, okay, now we're like you know, it's a break, you know, or 2 p.m. is kind of like, this is our last album before enlistment.
Right.
We're gonna do this. I wonder if it's going to start sort of popping up a little more sporadically like this, if we're going to see, you know, less of this formal, informal hiatus, go do military, come back, you know, kind of like what, like Shinhwa did or something like that. Or I wonder if we're going to kind of see them promote more like, you know, okay, so he's gone. We still can keep going with this. 5-member comeback this time instead of 6 members, or, you know, or like kind of, rather than making it such like a process of being like, this is the last one before enlistment, blah, 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 like maybe have it kind of just be sort of a reality that a member's gone and things like that.
I think that's fair, just because this essentially gives less control to the company's higher ups, and they I'm assuming that they wouldn't know ahead of time that this is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if they did, they wouldn't be able to, like I said, the purpose is to not allow postponement.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't have as much control, it seems like you would just have to like ride it out and go with it.
Exactly. So, and which makes me think, you know, if they were planning this comeback, or, you know, things are in motion, or, you know, like we were just saying with the EXID, you know, if you have this thing scheduled into the company and someone gets sick or whatever, or like can't do, you know, you continue on because it's whatever, it's the plan.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is just about a member's absence.
Exactly.
And this is just on paper another just a reason someone can't be there to promote. Right. It's just, it so happens that this is gonna cause them to depart for 2 years.
Yeah, it's a 2-year miss. Then and I also kind of wonder too, and if another result, well, maybe we'll be seeing bigger boy bands to make those absences feel less, you know, because like Big Bang missing 1 member is a pretty big absence, you know, but like maybe, but I mean, you know, Super Junior has they've had members coming in and out and going all over the place.
I was actually thinking of Super Junior, how they are probably one of the first boy groups that has successfully promoted without all 13 members. And it hasn't been that noticeable.
Yeah, well,
the original 13 members.
Right. They had 1 or 2 quit, right?
Yeah, a couple quit eventually. And then, you know, various other things happened with like a couple others.
Yeah.
But I feel like at least in obviously if you followed Super Junior, you knew who was in the group and who wasn't. But I guess I'm saying in music videos, it wasn't like very obvious that one person was not there, unless I guess you were a fan of that member in particular.
Yeah. Or it even seemed like they themselves were not so encumbered by missing a member. You know, they kind of kept moving forward. I think they haven't been as active, I feel like, but you know, mostly it felt like the roles were still filled and they were doing fine. You know, Super Junior fans might disagree, but yeah, it was kind of an interest. Yeah, I would say, like, I wonder if that's what I'm kind of wondering, is if we're going to see more of that, you know, and did they only do that because they are such a large group like that?
Do you think that it could be the opposite, that instead of going bigger boy groups, they might focus on girl groups?
Period.
More so than, like, if they were thinking that it's just too much of a liability.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that they would invest more in females now.
I mean, maybe.
They're not going nowhere.
Right, exactly. Well, the thing is, too, is that I always find it really interesting that despite not having this sort of needed, anticipated break that that the boy bands have or whatever, that these girl groups tend to just disband on their own, or at least that's what we're seeing lately, is that these girl groups are disbanding way more than the boy bands. Yeah, and that's what I think is kind of interesting, or kind of like, what's going on here, right? Like, they have their own issues, and I wonder what's up with that, you know, because Big Bang, who knows when we're going to see Big Bang again, or who knows when we're going to see 2 p.m. again, but like, you know, TVXQ is supposedly going to come back, you know, but like, what is, you know, they I guess we'll have to see kind of what happens with all these other groups, you know, and things like that, like, you know, but from that first generation, like, Shinhwa is kind of the only one that kind of kept going or whatever, but a lot of these female groups are sort of going on their, you know, I guess the female equivalent would be that they just end up disbanding, and it's tougher maybe to keep girl groups together. I'm not totally sure what it is.
You know what? So maybe that's not.
But maybe, you know, maybe
realistic,
or maybe just
alternative,
or maybe just the boy band, you know, the boy band's hiatus thing is almost like their kind of like caveat, or, you know, or not caveat. They're kind of like the thing that they can lean on, like the guys, like maybe it's like, okay, you know, been doing this a while now, 7 years, like, okay, we're all doing military, let's see how we feel after this, you know, and like.
So I'm still a little bit confused though. So you can choose when can you choose?
I think you can enlist whenever you want. I think it's just, from what I understand, you know, I believe that's correct, but I think it's a matter of like,
it's like
if
whatever comes first.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think.
So if your number hasn't quote unquote come up, but you choose to go, that's your choice.
Yes.
But then you haven't chosen, but your number comes up, you go.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So it's like yeah, it's from everyone 18 to 35, and yeah, I'm trying to get it like a little more.
Seeing like just financial losses in the future.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do get a little compensation for it, which is good.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you do.
Do you
and
get
depending
more
on,
for celebrities?
No, it's based on your like rank. It's not a lot of money.
I thought you meant. I thought you meant compensation, like the company higher ups.
Oh no!
I was like, why would they get compensation?
No, from the actual.
Sorry that your employee has to fight for the country.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I think. I'm trying to find more like about the yeah, because I remember I was reading about like Akdong musicians. What his name is? Forgetting everyone's name today. But yeah, he was saying how he was thinking about doing it, you know, sooner than later, and then, you know, because he's quite young. I think he's only 18 or something like that.
Right, yeah.
And, you know, wanting, so I would assume, yeah, if you're ready to go, you can go. It's not like, and that's like, I think in Israel, for example, where they also have mandatory military service, it's an age you go, and then, the guys do 3 years, the girls do 2 years. And then, but I think in Korea, it's kind of like this in between area,
Right.
as long as you're from this age to this age, you can go when
Right,
you
right,
go.
right.
So, yeah. So I don't know. So a lot of people are wondering if this is even going to affect K-pop, and I think
Or how strictly it would be enforced even.
yes, exactly.
Because I can't imagine there not being somebody who tries to pay off like an
Oh gosh,
official
yes,
to let like you don't know what happens under the table. And people have also pointed out that K-pop brings in so much money for
yeah,
Korea
exactly.
that like
That's a good point.
if it were to actually cause a huge financial loss for the economy, I can't imagine them not letting
Right.
that person stay in the group for, X number more weeks
Yeah,
if it's like right around a promotion time.
exactly.
Like I can't imagine them. I mean, maybe they would make an example out of
They could.
out
They
of
could.
that member as well.
Make
You
an
don't know.
example.
I don't know
Yeah.
how the Korean,
Yeah.
government, how strict they are with these types
Right.
of things.
Yeah, no, I'm it supposedly goes into effect in September 2017, and or it's planned. That's the plan too, and yeah, I'm just kind of I really do feel like it'll kind of be if it does go into effect, like what we're seeing, I do feel like we'll see. I'm kind of curious if it will affect, and if it does, it will be like we're gonna see members missing and comebacks more often in the male groups, obviously, not the female groups, and
But I'm also just thinking, what are the odds that like two would be, gone at the same time? Like
that's what I'm
the
kind of
odds
curious
are just
about.
so slim.
You think so? I mean, obviously it's a big. There's millions of people, yes, but 2 years is a long time, especially if they're all like in the same age group, and maybe that goes into consideration, things like that. But
Yeah.
I do wonder, if we're not, or maybe that will kind of be the impetus to see more groups. Okay, they're like, okay, well, if he's being drafted, then maybe we should all consider this now. And, it'll be something the company thinks about, once again, kind of if it all gets enforced and is forced about. But, yeah, I mean, I could, have none of the guys in Shiny have enlisted, right? And,
Oh, that's right. I don't
so,
think
like,
so.
if someone got drafted from them, would they then, think about that sooner than later? I'm curious if it will kind of bring up, and I wonder if they're going to talk about it in public, like, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Wow,
Curious little
I
topic.
never even thought about Shiny not.
I
being
know. They're
enlisted.
getting there. I'm nervous.
Wow.
Aren't they like 8 or 9 years old now? Gotta be. At least 7.
Yeah, it was like they debuted in like 08,
Yeah, so they're getting there.
I think.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Well. Let us know what you guys think about your. I don't know. If you guys have any thoughts about this, or you think what we'll see, do you have
Or
any
if
predictions?
like further details.
Yeah, further details. We were going off a lot of translated articles and things like that for this
Yeah,
one.
certain
So
facts are a little hazy.
yeah, so please let us know. Let us know. Yeah, if you have any thoughts, or do you think it's fair? Do you think it's not fair? I don't know. I could feel like this could definitely, would definitely be a tougher pill to swallow for especially Korean K-pop fans, because you might be a huge fan of them, but you're also like, well, this is fair. This is what affects my family, my friends, my everyone I know in my real life. So I would hope it would be well accepted, etc. But yes, otherwise, let us know what you guys are listening to. Let us know what you guys thought of this week's comeback. So you want to hear next week, and yeah, as always, we'll talk to you later. Hashtag KStop. Hit us up on
Yay.
Twitter. All over the place. We're always
Thank
looking
you
for your comments.
listening.
Yes. So thank you so much for listening. As always, this has been Jeff.
And this is Tina.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.